Let me know if any of these sounds like you. You've been eyeing that dream job for a really, really long time, and you finally apply to the job and they just ghost you. You never hear back. And like 2 weeks later, you get a thank you for your interest email, and that's it. Or you're applying to jobs right now in this current economy, and you just submitting mad applications. You're submitting applications, and you're not hearing back. And even when you're hearing back, you can't get past the first step of the interview. Or you get to step 2, step 3, but you can't land that offer. If that sounds like you, then this video is the perfect one for you, because I got 3 key things that I'm gonna share with you that's gonna get you over that hump. These are things that I've learned in my career during my journey, going from college to the corporate world, and then even transitioning and going from one career to another and back to another career, using these 3 key skills to kind of help me navigate through it. You might want to stick around for that 3rd key, because that 3rd one is actually the one that helped me get from one completely different career path to another career path. And that was key to landing the job that I wanted. And I'm not gonna even waste no time. I'm gonna jump straight into it. Number 1, you want to position yourself as a self-starter on your resume. And when I say you want to position yourself as a self-starter, I don't mean you just put self-starter as one of the key things or your like attributes on your resume. That does nothing. You want to tactically show examples on your resume that once a hiring manager is looking at your resume, they say, oh, yeah, they can actually kind of see that you're a self-starter. And what are some examples of that? Side projects. We have side projects that we do. We have things that we initiated. And we kind of like tend to like not put these things on our resume because we don't see it as experience. You need to, especially when you're fresh in your career, you need any and everything on your resume that's gonna advocate for you on your resume. And one of those things is your side projects. Include your side projects on your resume. This is very, very important. So let's say you're an engineering student. You're an engineering student and you started a blog. You started a blog site and you just write because you enjoy writing. It has nothing to do with engineering, but you should include that blog site on your resume because it shows that you took initiative to do something. And then it's even better if you were able to grow that thing to not just you, but it was used by other people. That shows that you're a self-starter, and it's key to showing that attribute. You want to position yourself as a self-starter because these companies are not looking for people that needs to be told what to do. They're looking for people that's gonna step into a team, step into their environment, and identify things that need to be done and quickly just get them done. And one of the key attributes that they look for is being a self-starter. So you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself as a self-starter on your resume. Include your side projects. If you're in school and this is your first jump into the corporate world, if you started any new clubs on campus, include that on your resume. Founded a club on campus around this cause and this cause and this cause. Find a way to assert that on your resume. Talk about it. If you were a part of the founding team, talk about it. It's very, very important. If you started an initiative, even if it was like a one-time event or two-time event, but you organized a thing in your community and you brought people together for a cause and it was a success, call that out on your resume. It shows that you can take initiative. It shows that you've taken initiative in the past, and it's very, very important. That's number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list is to make sure that you come across as a person that contains multitudes. What do I mean by that? You need to make sure that your resume is diverse enough. There's enough things on your resume that shows you as a full person. You need to be able to show yourself as a person that can do many things. I'm not saying that you can't just do one thing. Those people exist. There's some software engineers, they just specialize in being a software engineer, and that's all they know how to do. And if that's you, then that's great. But if you're struggling to land that job, something that might help you It's to show that you contain multitudes. It's to show that you can do many things. You show personality on your resume. So if you're in school and you're a part of BSU, add that on your resume. If you're a secretary here, add that on your resume. It's very, very important. If you're a professional already and you have 1 or 2 years of experience and you're just trying to like transition from one job to another one, yes, include your experience that you have in that, but you'll like include any professional groups that you've joined. Super important. I'm gonna go back to that first thing that I mentioned, side projects. If you have projects that has nothing to do with your job, include that on your resume. It shows that you're a diverse person. It shows that you have different attributes that the team can use. That really does help you like when it comes to getting over the hump. That's number 2. Number 3, and this is the most important out of all of them, tap into your passion. People do not tap into their passion enough. Tap into your passion. Please allow me to tell you that your passion can be a gateway to your next job. Let me explain. In 2020, I was a technical program manager working in privacy and security. And I woke up one day and there was a bunch of stuff like happening around the world. And I was just like, man, I don't know if this is what I want to be doing right now. Flipping and reviewing privacy products, and it just didn't feel impactful to me enough. So I wanted to get into storytelling. I wanted to make that my day job. Mind you, I consider myself a storyteller, and I did storytelling stuff on the side. Along with the storytelling platform, I also had a short film, a short animated film that I launched, right? That had nothing to do with my job. These are things that I was just doing on the side because these are things that I was passionate about. And so in 2020 came, and then when I wanted to completely switch my career path from being an engineer, a technical person, to being a creative, a writer, I didn't have any experience in that, right? Because all of my background was in engineering. Like my first 2-3 years, like out of school, I was an engineer. And the following 2-3 years out of that, I was a technical program manager. And so I had nothing to do with creative storytelling, creative writing, creative directing, none of that. But when it was time for me to make that switch, I tapped into the passion projects that I did on the side to be able to showcase that I have experience in this. And I was able to go from being a technical program manager in privacy and security to moving to being a creative writer and a marketing role. Passion projects are truly, truly key. We do not invest enough in our passion projects. We tend to put them off to the side, off to the side, off to the side, and not knowing that like actually investing in that can get you your next job, can open the door for your next job. And if you have a passion project that you're working on and is not included on your resume, include that thing on your resume. It's going to get you over the hump. I can tell you from experience, that has gotten me over the hump, not on one occasion, but twice. You need to be able to build a catalog of projects and examples of things that you can do outside of your work that can speak to your experience. For me, it helped me change career path. For you, it can help you get into the career that you want. For someone else, it can kickstart the career that they never thought that they needed. It not only brings you fulfillment, but it can also really open doors for you. And it kind of just wraps up the first 2 things that I mentioned on this list all into a bow. Because what it does is it shows that you're a self-starter and it shows that you contain multitudes. When I'm applying to jobs and they take my resume and they see my engineering experience and they see this other thing that I have on the side, I'm like, oh, like this person can chew gum and walk at the same time. So if you've been watching all of my videos, you know that I've been struggling to try to find out how I can end my videos. Well, I've found out what I want to do at the end of my videos. I'm going to make dua in my native language, which is Bamanankan. Voilà. Donc vraiment, Anchani Braji, ala Antonio, albisanga video mkesi sansisa, ala ka nafa dama, ala ka ko here dama. Nga keni ngeni sanma mye manyini ala fefene, ala ka ndeme abese aluguma ni ongenye sanma. Bon, vraiment ni donna mogom na ni video kono manyini fe ga yafama. Bon voilà hein, albisa ala Antonio hein, ja ndeme menga YouTube me fera ala wuli quoi. Donc ndeme amese ga nyon ndeme chokubna quoi. Voilà, an chan braji, Allah antunyo. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.